I know, right? He admitted this himself, yeah. Holy.
He's
Prime no fear, Alright. Live on?
Yep.
Alright, fine. I want to start off by giving all glory, praise, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakadash, double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone. Minty. Yeah. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to the brothers that are teaching this truth and sincerity. Shalom to the hopeful elect, sincere listeners. Alright? We're the Hebrew Israelites. We're coming in again to prophesy the downfall of this wicked kingdom. Alright? And you see, man, we're in these times, man. Okay? A lot of prophecy kicking off. Alright? On the 6th day of the year. Alright? You see that there was uproars of the people, riots. People storming into the Capitol, man. Okay? Sedition among men. Alright? And it's mainly you Edomites, man. The aggressive Edomites let their kingdom go, man. Because they see what's happening, man. They see other nations being risen up. Alright? They're in fear, man. So they're ready to go down with blood, man. They're not just gonna let some other nation or other people try and take what their blessing is, man. This is their world in their head, man. You know what I mean?
This is 2nd Ezra 9:1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs which I told you before, then thou shalt understand that it is the very time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
That's right, man. You know, ever since 2020 and now 2021, the Most High been showing us epic events, man. Alright, the start of 2020, the U.S. almost went to war with Iran. Okay. 2021, you have it to where, obviously we're in a pandemic, alright, but you have it to where there's civil unrest, man. Okay? Civil war, man. That's a possibility in the United States right now, man. Alright, people don't, the Democrats versus Republicans, alright, conservatives versus liberal. These people are really ready to die for this, man. You know, it's funny because movies, alright, it's called Civil War, man. What was it, Avengers Civil War?
That's right.
Yeah. You know what I mean? But they put that out to pretty much mock you people, man.
That's right.
You know? And they give you a prelude of what's to come as well, man. You people, oh, we should go watch this movie. It's a good action movie, man. This is really what's to come, you know? Part of the war.
It's a video game that they're letting you know.
Exactly.
The military is in the city.
Right. They're conditioning you people for that, man. Subconsciously, whether you know it or not.
Verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then thou shalt well understand that the Most High spake of those things from that were before thee,
right.
even.
That's right. So, are we surprised? Are the men of the Lord surprised when we see these things? No, we look forward to this. You know, we expect it. That's the thing. We expect these things. You people get caught off guard and bugged out over it. You know? And whether it be, you know, media, they amped it up, or whether it be fake, regardless, it's still getting a reaction out of the people, man. For the people that might have been staged with the media, the other people that are watching it from the outside, man, they're getting all riled up and amped up and ready to actually do this shit, you know? You know?
It says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world at the beginning and an end, and the end is manifest, even so the times also of the high have plain beginnings in wonders and powerful works and endings in effects and signs.
That's right, man. And we're seeing the ending of the kingdom right now, man. With the ending of this kingdom, man, you're seeing the wonders and the signs that the Most High is showing these people, man. And one of those things being the the chariots, what you call UFOs, man.
That's right.
People, unidentified flying objects, but we identified them in the scripture, man. It's the vehicle of the Most High. You know, curse that travels on the earth, man. Especially to you Edomites, because you know, man. All right, you guys can't attack the Most High with these chariots, man. Are you crazy? Right.
Shall be saved, and shall be able to escape by his works, and by faith whereby ye have believed, shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land and within borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. Then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments, such as in their have received benefits me, and they that have yet, while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised things.
A lot of our people, you see on the side, man, they got gifts on this side, man. They had the liberty to come to this truth because they had all these gifts, the money, fame, riches, whatever. Truth, man. What do you think the latter end is? All right, they didn't want to humble down. They didn't want to give up the high life. You know what I mean? The scripture said, by the faith of the works of the men that were diligent, that were pushing this truth, man. That's how you're gonna be saved, man. Not gonna be saved and accumulating wealth in this city, in this kingdom. You know? They shall not regard their clothes, man.
That's right.
That's right. It's gonna get real out here. One of them known the mystery of the scripture, man. But in that day it's gonna be too late.
The same must know it after death by pain.
Right. And that's you're gonna be your judgment. It's not just gonna be a quick death. It says death by pain. Alright, however it might be. You're gonna watch your children starve up, all right? They're gonna die in front of you, or you might have to eat them, all right? This is the serious things that are to come, man, because you chose not to adhere to the words of the Most, all right? And really, this goes for all as well, you know?
That was the point.
All right.
This is Matthew 26 and 5. No, 1 second. My apologies. 1 second.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra 15 and 14. Woe to the world, and them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draw at night. One people should stand and fight against another, and the swords in their hands. There is a division about men in invading one another. They should not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions should stand in their power.
Right. That's prophecy, man. We're witnessing that as well, man. Because obviously there's a group of people in America that don't want Biden to be president. They want Trump to be president, right? So what do you think that's going to cause, man? Division, man. Sedition. All right? They're not even going to be regarding Biden, the people that don't want Biden, man. They're going to want his head. You know? But this is the things to come. You know what I mean? A lot of you politicians are marked, man. Because these people really have it up for you, man. There's Edomites that really study bylaws and all type of laws, and you know they go too far. Their country, man. This is America, my 4th Amendment. I have the right to bear arms. You know? So you come around now and try and change all that, push vaccines on them. What do you expect, man? America has all type of private militias, you know, private armies, ex-marine, this, you know.
into a city which you will not be able to. That's what's going on in China right now. A city of about 11 million people. The army or the police, they close the roads, so they don't let people out of the city. Right? Verse 18. For because of their pride, the cities should be troubled, the houses should be destroyed, and the men should be afraid.
Yeah, men being afraid, man. It's all because of the pride, man. That's the main reason. That's why I had to take this place out. When everybody was pumped, they thought they did it, you know? They never, even these Edomites, but they thought they put themselves into power. The proud devil, you know what I mean? And Jesus trust, right? They thought they put themselves into power. They didn't give no glory to the Most High. So why do you think the Most High has to come back and destroy this place? It's the level of playing field, man.
Verse 19. A man should have no pity upon his neighbor, but should destroy the houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation.
Fine. All right. The lack of many shall wax cold, man. Love shall wax. All right. You people are gonna be running into your neighbor's house for bread, man. Kicking down the door, taking them out, killing them, however you gotta do it to eat, man, to survive. You're not gonna be, oh, good morning, there, sir. Good morning, Bob. You're not gonna be mowing their lawn, you know, all that neighborly shit you used to do.
Like how they do now.
Right.
Trying to be nice and shit.
Shovel the driveway or whatnot. You know what I mean? That shit's gonna be out the window, man. Merry Christmas and all that, you know? Happy New Year, all that greetings and shit. Nah, man.
Leaving your front door open.
Yeah.
But especially right now.
Leaving the key under the mat.
Yeah. Some of you neighbors don't even like you.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
You have a lot of that too. But all that you know, that spirit of mirth going away, man. You know?
Verse 20. Behold, saith the Lord Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, I will cause together all the kings of the earth, and referring to me, which are from the rising of the sun, from the south, from the east, and Lebanon, to turn themselves one against another, and repay the things that they have done to them. Verse 21. Like as they do, yeah, this day unto my chosen, so do also recompense in their bosom, that says the Lord Yahweh.
That's right. So the Most High is gonna redeem Israel, man. He's gonna fight for Israel. This nation now, man. Because of the affliction that they put on Israel, man. So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You know? It's because of the pride of the nation they had towards us. You know? So he has to avenge us.
Verse 22. My right hand shall not spare the sinners, and my sword shall not cease over them that shed innocent blood on the earth. Verse 23. The fire is gone from this wrath, and hath consumed the foundations of the earth, and the sinners like the straw that is kindled. Verse 24. Woe to them that sin and keep not my commandments, saith the Lord Yahweh.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 12. We'll start from 1. Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them, while the sun, or the light, or the moon, or the stars do not darken.
Yeah, hold on. What's that saying in the world? You can't put old wine in, or new wine in old bottles?
That's right.
When you're young, man. You know what I mean? Because you're not gonna be. If you say you lived a life of 60 years, you know, and you just heard about the truth now, man, you're gonna be like, nah, that's foolishness. I've been going to church when I was a kid, since every whatever, you know. That's the mentality, you know, certain Jakes have, man. They're talking about that the Most High is black, you know. I've been seeing whiteys all my life, you know. Go ahead, man.
Yeah. It says, while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the and the grinders cease, because they are few, and those that look out of the window are kid, and shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low.
You said all the daughters of music shall be brought low, man. All that birds, all that partying, parading, man.
Is this a good time for us to walk through? Oh, we can get behind the camera.
All that, you know what I mean? All that noise, you know what I mean? Music that you people are enjoying yourself to. That's gonna be brought low, man. All the different philosophies that you people were, you know, LGBTQ bullshit. What else?
Your proud national anthems.
Your national anthems.
We'll never hear those things again.
Yeah. Oh man.
Like if people, they cry when they hear the national anthem.
They cry.
It's so emotional. Like,
Yeah, you know the Americans, they putting their hand over their chest, on the left, over their heart. You know, all that shit's gonna be brought low, man. What are you gonna be proud of in that day, man?
And he's going right here. It says that's going to be brought low too.
Yeah.
That's the spirit. We'll never hear that again.
Hold on.
that's disturbing the peace.
Yeah.
when all hell is really breaking loose, you really think you're gonna be hearing sirens, man?
Do you think when people are trying to get out the city, you think they're going to move for you?
God.
They're going to take you out of that.
Yeah.
They're going to be like, yo, get the fuck eat this vehicle.
But a lot of people think that that day they're gonna have able to call 911.
Yeah.
They're gonna be looking after their own family.
Exactly.
Right?
Also, when you shall be afraid of that which is high, and fears shall be in the way, and the almond tree shall flourish, and the grasshopper shall be a burden, and desire shall fail, because men goeth his long home, and the mourners go about the streets.
All your desires, your hopes, your dreams, it's gonna fail you, man. You're gonna realize it's gonna cut you in not everything you have labored, you know, is for naught, man.
Well, that's I was talking to one of the brothers yesterday, and he was talking to somebody, and they're telling the brother about their job and this, and the brother's like, yo, we're in the war, man. Why are you telling me about this? Forget about all this. All this is bullshit, man. And you know, and that hits people deep, man, because that's their hope. You know, that's their what they believe in. They believe in this society. So when you tell them that this shit is over, what do you mean? They get scared, right?
That's all they have, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, job security and all that. There's no such thing.
Yeah. I make a point, like, you know, maybe I speak for other brothers, you know, but like, certain people might get laid out. I remember I got laid off from my job, and I realized you can't just depend on one source of income.
Never.
You know what I mean? You always gotta be, you know, you gotta have more than one, man. That's
That's right.
You can't be secure in a job thinking everything is all good, man. You have to have a plan B always. You can't just rely on one thing. You know? Go ahead, Ox.
That's right. It says, verse 6, wherever the silver cord be loose, or the golden bowl be broken, or the pitcher be broken, or the wheel broken, then the dust return to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return unto Yahweh, who gave it. Vanities of vanities, says the preacher, all is vanity. And moreover, because the preacher was wise, he still taught people knowledge, yea, he gave good heed, and sought out and set in order many proverbs. The preacher sought to find out acceptable words, and that which was written was upright, even words of truth. The words of the wise are as gods, and as nails fastened by the master of assemblies, which are given from one shepherd. And further by these be admonished, making much study is weariness of the flesh. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh, keep his commandments, for this is the duty of men.
That's it. That's the first thing, man. Fear the Most High, man. And fearing the Most High is also getting wisdom. You know? That's should be the first thing when you wake up is the Most High, man. You know, and fearing Him. Right now, you know, the Apostle said we're in a time of hasten is coming, man. So what's the mentality you're supposed to have? All right. When you
go ahead.
Go ahead. What's the mentality you're supposed to be having, man? You can't be caught up in the bullshit of the world, man. All right, you gotta have it to where at any moment, man, shit can go. But for the Most High, you know what I mean? But it's just a figure of expression, you know? You can't be caught up into I'm gonna pay my bills and this, that, and that. Who cares, man? The place is on fire, pretty much.
That's right.
You know?
And they I forgot what the number is, but maybe like 40 to 50% of people are actually not paying their bills because they can't, right? People don't have to go and renew license. You don't have to go and pay tickets. There's so many things that have been defaulted. Mortgages, default, rent, default, because people can't pay. So this is what it is. That's why they want to bring in the universal. Yeah, exactly what they're doing.
Dissolve all debt.
Yeah, dissolve all debt. That's right, man. And isn't this the year of a jubilee? I can't remember if it's 2021. I don't know. I can check it out.
Isaiah chapter 24, verse start at 20. It says, the earth shall reel to and fro like a junkyard, and shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again. And it shall come that the Lord shall punish the hosts of the high ones that are on high on the earth, and they shall be gathered as prisoners in the pit, and shall be shut up in the prison, and after many days shall they be visited.
That's right. Most High is going to be judging the kings of the earth, right? All you presidents, okay, your elites. Most High is going to make sure you're be prisoners, man, because it said some are bound, right? When the Most High return, when Yahushua returns, all right, you're going to have happy, glad, which are the elect. Some are bound, which is going to be your kings of the earth and stuff like that, man. And they're going to be wailing like goats.
Well, when you go into Revelation, it just said that he would be loose for a little season, right? So if he was loose, that means he has to get chained up again. That chain is talking about captivity and slavery. And other people ruling over him. Right?
This is the book of Ezekiel 35:1. It reads, moreover, the word of the Lord Yahweh came unto me, saying, still son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, with prophecy against. Verse 3, and say unto it, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, upon Seir I'm against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee.
And I think that name, when you go into the etymology, I think it's hairy, right? Seir. I think Seir means hairy, because when you go back to when you go back to Job 30, when these Edomites when they were in the caves, they had hair on them like a bear coat, like what the brothers wearing right now, but even more. Right? That's how Esau's body hair was. Body hair that Edomite that just came up said he was an ape.
He said he was an ape.
That's right, man.
Before camp started.
That's right.
You know?
They didn't even have a language. So when you people talk to a Jake and tell that Jake, oh, he's talking like a Caucasian, well, actually he's not, because English is our language, right? Harry, right? The water, yeah, the goat's hair. That's right? So when you people are talking about, oh, this black guy's talking white, there's no such thing. Edomites never had a language. There is no talking white. Edomites bowling.
Like they show you down. There's a movie where they use all they do is bark.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well, they bird. Braid. The braid. Like a horse.
Yeah.
Quest for Fire.
Quest for Fire was a really good one, man.
And I will make thee the most desolate. Verse 4. And I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate. And thou shalt know that I am the Lord Yahweh, because thou hast had perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity at the end.
So right now, you have Jake's, the little uproar because I'm storm the capital. All right, they're like, oh, if black people did that, what would be the result? You know, obviously, you know, the police, the military have their guns out ready, type of shit. All right, the Jakes are getting sprayed, maced, but when these Edomites run up in the capital, it's all good. You know, so just to show you the hatred that he actually has towards you, man. You Israelites. Right, and yeah, you Jake just want to be equal, man.
Exactly.
You know, and we're here to tell you that you have a power that's ready to defend you, man. You know, and uplift you. Right?
Verse 6. Therefore, I say, live, saith the Lord Yahweh, I will prepare thee unto the blood, and the blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast no hate blood, even blood should pursue thee. Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, cut off from him, and pass out, and him that returneth. Verse 8. And I will fill the mountains with the slain men, and thy hills, and thy valley, and all the rivers, till they fall that is slain with the sword. Verse 9. I will make thee perpetual desolation, and thy cities no return. You should know that I am the Lord Yahweh.
Like it's not gonna be a regular judgment for the Edomites, man. Like it's Most High is really coming with the vengeance, and you know what I mean, towards you, the hatred, you know, the righteous indignation, to where you Edomites have to feel this, man. And the thing is, Most High is coming so hard that you Edomites are stubborn, man. He knows how you are, man. Right? You're not gonna want to just take your beating, you know.
Well, you have to remember that even though they're clean leopards, they're still leopard. They still have leprosy, so they have to be destroyed.
Yeah.
So when you go into what's that? Obadiah. When you go into Obadiah, they're going to be burnt up. They need to be burnt up. Just like you. What do you think you're going to do with a house with leprosy? What do you think you're going to do with your clothes that has leprosy? You got to cleanse it. So at the end of the day, you can't ever forget that these people are lepers, man. They're not really meant to be here. This earth is really meant for people with melanin, really and truly. The race.
Yeah, what an asshole. He shall fulfill prophecy, the sun shall be darkened. You know?
Remember they tried to blow up the moon?
They try to blow up the moon?
Yeah, that's right.
Let me get Job 30 and 1.
Yeah.
It says, but now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose fathers I would have disdained to have sit with the dogs of my flock.
Why is that though, man? Because you know these Edomites, they're gonna try to have sex with the damn dog, man. They're gonna kiss the dog in the mouth, do all type of foul wickedness, man.
They're marrying animals right now.
You know? All type of abominations. Right?
Well, you have to understand that they have the same spirit. The dog and Esau, they have that same spirit. Right? They're on that same level. Can't really separate them, man.
Yeah, so
That's why they're drawn to them.
Yeah.
If you ever watch the movie, Harry and the Andersons, you ever heard of that movie?
Yeah,
Back in the day, Harry and the Andersons, man, where you had the Sasquatch,
Yeah, the
a big Sasquatch thing, a Bigfoot.
remember
But
that one
really
day?
and truly, guess what they found out in the movie? They found out that Harry was really one of his ancestors. Because remember, he had blue eyes. And then when he turned him over, he has hands like a man. Right? And then at one point, Harry was like, and he was looking over. He wanted to go back to his home. Where was his home? In the mountains. It was the caves. He was looking over at the caves, yo. Yeah, it was all around the caves, man. Yeah.
Esau knows his history, man.
Yeah, he knows.
He knows where they're coming from.
Yeah, he
knows where
knows
they're
his
coming
history.
from to be here right
That's
now.
right.
Even the Geico caveman.
The Geico caveman, that's a really good one, man.
We have a poster. We have a sign with Esau in the
Yeah.
cave.
There's that cartoons called the
sign.
Flintstones. The Flintstones.
Oh, yeah, the
Yeah.
Flintstones.
Right.
We have a sign with him. Verse 2, it says, Yea, whereto might the strength of their hands profit me in whom old age was perished. For want and famine, they were solitary, fleeing into the wilderness in former time, desolate and waste.
Which is how you get Harry and the Andersons. That's where Harry came from. He came from the mountains. And the mountains was a captivity. And that's how one of the worst plagues in the history of mankind came about. When they came out of the caves and they were moving into civilization, so to speak. Which civilization at that time was known as the Byzantine Empire, man. And you Jakes were ruling, and then when Esau came, he had lice. He had all types of disease, man, because he was just chilling in the caves. He never showered. The man never took a bath. The man never took a bath. Where he took a shit is where he laid. Where his people died, he laid. He slept where people died.
He was drinking what? Stuff out of the stores.
That's right, man. That's right. That's right. He would eat raw meats. Could you imagine the plagues that were in those caves, man? Could you imagine the smell? They used to talk about how their women had, I can't remember what it's called, on their vaginas, man. All types of, I think it was crabs. They had all manners of diseases, man.
That's why the Lord made him eat the herbs to survive.
To survive, God. The juniper roots. Shit, God.
Herbs. It says, for want and famine, they were solitary, fleeing into the wilderness in former time, desolate and waste, who cut up mellows by the bushes and juniper roots for their meat. They were driven forth from among men. They cried after them as after a thief. To dwell in the cliffs of the valleys.
Children of fools.
To dwell in the cliffs of the valleys, in caves of the earth, and in the rocks.
Right? And that's why they named themselves Caucasian. Right? But they're naming themselves that because they know their history. They never decided to go in those caves by themselves. They went in those caves as a prison sentence, man. We pushed them there. They were driven there. That's right.
Chased them home.
So that means our ancestors knew about Esau. They knew about the Edomites.
The wicked
And knew that they weren't supposed to be around us, man. Go ahead.
Among the bushes, they brayed. Under the meadows, they were gathered together.
Yeah, of course, because first of all, Esau is a hunter. Right? Esau is a man of the field. Right? When you see Esau, he's always rocking what? Camouflage. Why? He's always going into the woods to go hunt something, man. Go ahead.
It says, They were children of fools, yea, children of base men. They were viler than the earth. And now am I their son, yea, I am their byword. They bore me, they flee far from me, and spare not to spit in my face.
And all they did was trade places. They're doing what we did to them. We avoided them. They're doing the same thing back to us. They took our laws, our statutes, right? And they took what do you call it? Like the dress code and all these things, right?
Etiquette.
The etiquette, yeah, that's the word I was looking for. They took our etiquette, and then that's why they're carrying themselves the way they're carrying themselves with that pomp, like that history belongs to them. When that's their history, would an Edomite be able to walk with their head like this if most of them knew that was their history? Are you fucking crazy? If they knew that they were just a bunch of dirty degenerates? No, of course not, man.
They wear those white, like kind of afro things as the judges and stuff like that in the courtroom.
That's right.
Only Jake had that type of hair. Man.
That's right.
They got that from us.
Right, because the white hairs in the scriptures represents wisdom, man. The hoary head.
Yeah, the woolly hair.
Yeah. I'm a judge now. Because Esau is being exposed right now. And the fact that he's being exposed, it's hard for him because he doesn't understand what to do. But he's gonna understand it in Job. Read it in Job.
Okay.
When he's about to fill his belly. He shall be in straits.
Yeah, 20. So Job 20 and 20. No, it's not that one. Select it. 13. Okay. This is Job chapter 20, verse 22. I'll start. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be straits.
He shall be in straits.
He shall be, yes, I like it. He shall be in straits.
Yeah, because he shall be in a place of difficulty. Because you have to remember, Esau's way is secrets, is silence. Esau is a man that moves in silence.
Yeah, silent killer.
Right? But now he has to actually come out of the shadows. He has to show himself. But showing himself is going to expose himself, which is a part of his power. So he's really in a hard place, man. But he has to show himself. Like the brother said years ago, he's going to have to show his horns. And then when you people see this man's horns, you're going to be like, damn. Like in Job where it says, like when you wipe a looking glass, man. Because he's going to have to expose himself. But once he exposes himself, then you people are going to be like, damn. These brothers on the streets were right. The brothers in New York were right. This man is the damn devil, man. Holy shit.
Because the scripture said we're going to pull his skirts. We're gonna lift his skirts up.
That's right.
Man, and see his shame. You know?
Because this whole shit's fun.
Brexit. Yeah, that's right.
It says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him.
Yeah, and he's in his fullness right now. Because guess what? It's time for the vaccine. It's the vaccine, and it's time for what? It's time for the mark of the beast. But it seems like he doesn't want to do it. Like he's hesitant because he's gonna have to expose himself.
The guy's like fighting things, he's sweating.
yeah. He's like, fuck, yo. Yo, exactly.
Yeah.
He knows, man.
Exactly.
Top, you know?
It's true.
Exactly.
He's getting there, man.
Because they see once they make the move, the Most High makes his move double, man.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's like playing chess.
Yep,
It's
yeah,
like
that's
playing
right.
chess.
That's what I was gonna say.
And it's funny because remember, when you get to that ending of chess, it gets quick.
It gets quick,
Boom,
yeah.
boom,
That's
boom,
it.
boom. It gets quick.
At the timer,
Yeah.
you know?
Checkmate. Exactly.
It says verse 3.
And a skilled
23.
chess player is blocking you in. So every play you make, he's fucking blocking
You
you.
already
So
know you can
he
do
already
that.
knows.
Where you would go next.
He's like 4 or 5 moves ahead.
Ahead of you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
And then you who are getting caught in the trap, then you start to see the trap and you're like, shit, now you're playing, you're trying to get out of the trap. You're no longer making positive moves. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he took away your options.
So every move is like a jump.
That's an
It says verse 23. When he is about to pour his belly, Yahweh shall cast the fury of his wrath
Yeah,
upon him,
the master chess player. That master chess player is gonna have him checkmate now.
and shall rain it upon him while he is eating.
That's right.
He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel
Hey, like
shall
right now,
strike
what
him
just
through.
happened? We just witnessed a civil war, but guess what? We deciphered it and found out that it was fake. It's all fake. It was staged. It's all staged. So any brother that's going out and no, that's nothing, man. That was a joke. That was nothing. That was all staged. Those people are all actors. Those are all actors,
Woman with the
man.
onion in her hand.
Actor. The guy dressed like a damn Viking.
Yeah.
Actor.
Yeah.
Those are all actors,
Oh my
man.
God.
The guy sitting down in the chair with his foot up. The guy stealing something.
Yeah.
Where you going?
Good.
That's an actor, man.
The task force would have been in there, ramsack, surround them, shoot
Oh
them
my
down,
God! Shoot them on sight.
shoot every one of them on. Like, we can't win, man. We're not ready for that war, man. Because they all went in there, no guns.
Yes.
Where's the guns, man?
I seen a couple people with sticks.
Where's the guns?
Is it one of the most secure bags? They have like a lot of.
Brother, do you know what that is? That's Washington D.C. That is a city state.
Yeah.
That's a city state by its own self. That means it has its own military. That place is a serious place, man. That's like England, and that's like the Vatican. They have their own military, man. That's a city state, man.
Remember, just to get on their premises, they're already attacked.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Remember last year or 2 years ago, a man was running on the field. The police just shot him, killed him right then and there. They just got him on the field right there and shot him down. Easy. Nothing came off it.
He's down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a big joke, man.
They can do a lot with the media. They can do so much.
And then Simpsons too.
And even 30 years ago, but so much more now.
That's right.
Because remember that movie Wag the Dog?
That was a good one.
Robert De Niro?
God. And even the one of our favorites, which is Roddy Piper, They Live. Media was a big joke as well. The media, they were using media to lie to the people. Yeah. It was all staged.
It says,
They Live.
25, verse
That's why
25.
they really call it broadcasting.
Yes. And V for Vendetta. V for Vendetta as well.
It says, verse 25, it says, it is drawn and coming out of the body, yea, the glittering sword come out of his gulf, terrors are upon him, and all darkness shall be hid in his secret places. A fire not blown shall consume him, and it shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle. The heaven shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against him.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
The increase of his house shall depart and his goods shall flow away in the day of his wrath.
So why are we stocking up for it? Like why? Just like you were saying in the beginning, why are we trying to gather wealth?
Yeah.
Gathering wealth is the most stupidest thing you could do right now because we're in a time of what? Of the transfer of wealth.
Everybody's hyping. Bitcoin went up. Yeah. You know?
That because something is wrong. When you see something like that, you know something is wrong because the monetary system is based on USD, which is US dollars. Now you have another currency that's valued at $50,000 Canadian. That would mean that the world currency is no longer viable. So why did the world currency not crash? That means something is going on with that Bitcoin, man. And I think they're going to use Bitcoin to steal a lot of people's money, man. That Bitcoin is going to crash. Everyone's going to invest in it, and you're going to lose your fucking money, man. Watch. Something's not right about that, man. Something's not right. I can't tell you what it is, but I don't trust nothing named digital currency. Yeah.
It says, verse 28, the increase of his house shall depart, and his goods shall be flow away in the day of his wrath. This is the portion of the wicked man from Yahweh, and the heritage appointed unto him by Yahweh.
That's right.
This is the book of Obadiah 1:1. It reads,
Yeah, like,
vision.
because remember, it says in Isaiah, I think that's Isaiah 66, something like that, where we shall suck the breasts of the Gentiles, man. Yeah, or of kings. We shall suck the breasts of kings, man. Because their goods are not really theirs, man. It's going to all be given back to the true rulers, man. Really and truly, all them goods are going to be given to Yahushua. That's a token, man. That's an offering, man. That's because it's all his. It has to be given back.
Obadiah 1:1. The vision of Obadiah, thou saith the Lord Yahweh concerning Edom. We have heard rumors from the Lord Yahweh, and an ambassador I send among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in the battle.
Yeah, and that's already happened. That's already passed. That happened already. That was through Gamal Nasser, the president of Egypt, when they had their 6-day war, and the Amalek took over that land in 1948.
Verse 2. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen.
That's right.
Thou art greatly despised. Verse 3. The pride of thy heart hath deceived thee. Thou hast dwellest in the cleft of the rock, whose habitation is high.
Yeah, going into their history, which the brother just did in Job 30. So now you know the history of who? Of the Caucasians, who are really who? They're really the Edomites. Right. So if you want to know your biblical nationality, you're an Edomite, right? Or an Idumean, right? You're not white. You're not European. You're not Dutch. You're not English. You're an Edomite. Go ahead.
Thou saying in his heart, who should bring me down
even
to
if
the
you
ground.
even if you called yourself an Idumean, that would be fine. That's okay. There's nothing wrong calling yourself an Idumean, right? That's just a Greek way of saying Edom, right? Which is red. Go ahead.
Verse 4.
Yeah.
Thou dost exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars.
Yeah, that's right. That's their which goes all the way back to Alexander the Creep, right? And when you go into Alexander the Creep, that's going into when you go into Daniel, it goes into the he goat, man. That he goat that broke. Who did he break? He broke the Persians, the Medial Persians, the water, brother, right? That's a good chapter as well, man. Go ahead, because that lets you know the rise of the Edomites, and it links the Bible with the Apocrypha, which goes into the 4 generals as well, because this goes when you read it, when you go into Daniel, it goes into who? Antiochus Epiphanes, man. It tells you about Antiochus, man. How wicked he was gonna be, man. Go ahead, because it talks about as a goat to water, brother. Exactly. You people are not understanding, because even in Matthew it says he's gonna put the goats on one side and the sheep on one side, man. Go ahead.
Then I will bring thee down, said the Lord Yahweh. Verse 5.
And who, really and truly, we say the eagle is the national bird, but what's the national anthem? What's the national animal of this world? Is the goat. Because who do they worship? They worship the goat. Everybody knows that. If you don't know that by now, you're living under a fucking rock, man. The national anthem of this world is a goat. Baphomet, goat.
That's right.
That's why all you Jakes have to bow down.
To the damn goat.
And they keep putting up the goat sign. They keep
That's right.
Verse 5. If thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how are they cut off? Will they not have stolen till they have enough?
Right? So now the Most High is going into your characteristics, that you're a damn thief. And what type of thief that you are. You're the worst type of thief. You're the thief that comes and steals and takes every damn thing, man. You're the worst type of thief, man. You're the thief that doesn't leave anything back. You're a fucking loser, man. Go ahead.
If the grape gatherers came to thee, will they not leave some grapes?
Yeah.
Verse 6. How are the teeth of Esau searched out?
Yeah, because when you go into the grape gatherers, it goes into the welfare system of our time, right? Where you would actually use some for the homeless or the poor. Sorry, the poor. Go ahead.
How are the teeth of Esau searched out, and how are his hidden teeth sought up?
Right.
Verse 7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border.
Right. Just like the brother just mentioned, Brexit. Guess what? England and I'm sorry, Europe, different parts of Europe are now doing deals with who? With China. Right? And all your different people that you were confederate with are doing deals with other nations, man. Right. Because they can see the downfall of the Americans, of the US of A. But it's not just the downfall of the US of A, it's the downfall of you Caucasians as a nation. The Most High doesn't set up a country, he sets up people. So you as a people are going down. The Americans are not just going to go down and then he's going to leave the Australians, he's going to leave the English. No, you are all going down.
That's right.
You're going down as a damn people.
That's right.
What the hell? You think, oh, America's gone, but Australia's left. They're left. Russia took over now. You're all fucking going down. Every single one of you damn Edomites, man. Right. Ain't none of you going to be left in rulership. Right. What the hell?
That's why it says in Isaiah 63, you coming from Boswell.
Exactly. Every single one of them.
The men that were in peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that ate thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him.
That's right. And that wound, the wound that's laid under you, is is them actually taken from you. Because when you do trade with another country, you're actually supposed to it's supposed to be back and forth. Like, it's called export and import. Now America, the only thing America does now is what? Is import. They don't export anything, right? They only export wickedness, if you right? Guns and stuff like that. But really and truly, everywhere in the world, India, China, they're exported to America.
That's right.
Right? And you people of America, guess what? You just lost your job. You lost your livelihood. Your currency is being devalued. So you're in a bad case, man.
Verse 8.
Yeah?
Should I know in that day, said the Lord Yahweh, even should I know in that day, said the Lord Yahweh, even destroy the wise men out of Edom.
That's right, and they're already destroyed right now. As you can tell, there is no wise men out of Edom because none of them can fix the situation. Everything that's happening, everyone is talking about what happened in America. Even though it's staged, it's still a debacle. It's a shame. This is shameful. Like the scriptures talk about a shameful spewing. This is shameful, man.
That's right.
We're watching the people who are supposed to be in rulership, and this is how you run. This is how you run a fucking country. This is how you run the world. This is shameful, man.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Quick precept. Just talking about TV. This is Jeremiah 49:7. It says, concerning Edom, thus saith the Lord of hosts, his wisdom no more in Teman.
Well, there was never wisdom in them, because if you go to Job 30, it lets you know that they were children of fools, man. Children of base men. Go ahead. There was never any knowledge in them. Really and truly, the Most High was working through you, you pieces of shits. The Most High would come and deliver knowledge to you in a dream. Or the Most High would deal with you on the left-hand side through them spirits, man.
That's right.
Well,
Yeah.
remember, they took the slaves, and the slaves are actually built to this and that, so they got most of their wisdom from the black man.
That's right.
So it doesn't matter, man. No, that was it.
Well, the wisdom to build certain things,
yeah.
but that wisdom of how to push forth that agenda, they got through the spirits, man. They conjure up different spirits, and the spirit, they actually commune with spirits. Spirits actually talk to them. Like, this is not a joke. They actually speak to the spirit, like me and you are talking right now. And the spirit leads them, lets them know, oh, should I do this? Should I do that? And the spirit gives them the right direction what to go, man.
That's in like Lord of the Ring.
Exactly.
They go to these high,
Witches, yeah, witches, wizards, warlocks.
Even low-level jigs to watch.
Exactly. The concept.
It says,
Well, that's what the inauguration is all about. To be inaugurated is the same thing, because that's what a president represents. He represents a person that's going to steer the country in the proper direction by what? By reading the flight patterns of bird, which is witchcraft, man. Right? Go ahead.
concerning Edom, thus saith the Lord of hosts, his wisdom no more in Teman.
Never was.
His counsel perished from the prudent.
That's right.
Is their wisdom vanished?
That's right. Yeah, because it's their time to go down, man. So that wisdom is perished. That wisdom was truly never there. The reason why they looked like they were untouchable is because they were a golden cup in the Lord's hand. They were untouchable. And you were wondering, like, damn, they just keep prospering. Everything that they touched was just a prosper, was a win. At instant they touch something, win.
Manifest destiny.
Yeah. They couldn't lose, man. It's like Alexander. When Alexander was going about, people were like, who is this guy? This guy can't lose. The man just kept taking down the most powerful people at that time, right? And he would do it in blitzkrieg. If you know about blitzkrieg, lightning speed, man.
Yeah, Columbus almost died.
Yo!
Zaire.
Shit, man.
You know about that hedge?
That's right, man. Yeah.
Back in Obadiah 1 and 8, should I know in that day, said the Lord Yahweh, even destroy the wise men of Edom, and understanding out the month of Esau. Verse 9, and that mighty men of Teman should be dismayed to the end of every one of the mount of Esau,
Yeah, and
may
they-
be cut off by the slaughter.
And the mighty men are going to be dismayed in that valley, man, when they try to go up against Yahushua, man. Right now, you can't talk to those mighty men. That's their stronghold. Their stronghold is that military, and that military is the sword. That
Right.
sword is what? That's their blessing, man. So you can't touch them. It's going to have to take the Lord to take them down, man. Like when you go into Daniel, go into the image, right? It was the Lord that struck the feet that broke them, man. Right? That's not us. That your feet represents your foundation. We can't knock Esau off his foundation. That has to be done through Yahushua and the angels, man.
That's right. Verse 10, for thy
Just like the
violence,
brother quoted, who is this coming from Edom, right? But when you go into the dream, when you go into that dream and it says that that the foot was broken, that was the end of it, man. The end of the image. Go ahead.
verse 10, for thy violence against thy brother Jacob,
Yeah.
shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. Verse 11, in the day that who stood on other side in the day of the strangers carried away active his forces.
And that's how you know when you're growing in the truth, because when we used to first come out on the highways and the byways, when we used to read stuff like this, we would bring out the proof. We would bring out the stuff that you did, the hangings, the rapes, the killings, the castrations. We don't even bring that out no more because we understand what we did to be punished, man. We don't even look at you like nothing, Esau. We don't even look at you like you're a powerful being or you're this magnificent person. Now we understand what we did as a people to deserve a general like you to even over, to even have power over us.
Right. God did his forces and furnace entered into his gates and cast loss upon Jerusalem. Even thou wast, so like even thou wast as one of them. Verse 12. But thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother, the day that he became a stranger, neither should thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of the destruction. Neither should thou have spoken proudly in that day of distress. Verse 13. Thou shouldest not have entered into the game.
Look how serious the Most High is. The Most High is so serious that he's talking about the fucked up shit that Esau did all the way back then, going all the way even back to the Babylonians. He even talks, even going all the way back to when we came out of Egypt, you people of Amalek, you didn't even want to give us passage, man. Yo, the Most High requires that of passage.
That's right.
And you're gonna get destroyed for the things you're about to do now. The Most High is gonna destroy you for so much, man.
But that's why you gotta serve that 1,000 years.
Yeah,
It's just too much shit.
It's just too much shit, man.
Verse 13. Thou shalt not have entered into the gate of my people the day of their calamity. Yeah, thou shalt not have looked on their affliction in the day of their calamity, nor have laid hands on the substance in the day of their calamity.
Yeah, when you go back to Job, it says, oh, now I'm their song, now I'm their byword, right? It lets you know what it is in Job, man. Job lets you know how they treated us, man. Go ahead.
Verse 14. Neither shalt thou have stood in the crossway to cut off those of his that they escaped.
And guess what the joke is? Was Esau able to not do this? No, he had to do this. He's the sword. Esau never had a choice. This is what he was created to do. He was created to punish you people on the side.
That's right.
He was created to punish you, man. Go ahead.
Neither shalt thou have delivered up those is that they remain in the day of distress. Verse 15. For the day of the Lord Yahweh is near upon all the heathen, and thou hast done, it should be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thy own head. For us have drunk upon my holy mountain.
And I've been to church for years. I went to Sunday school, all of that stuff, because I was a part of the Seventh-day Adventists as a child. I never heard them read these scriptures before. Read that part again.
Verse 16.
What name of scripture?
Verse 15.
Yeah, of what?
With the day of the Lord Yahweh.
Verse 15 of what? Chapter? What is it? What do you read it?
Obadiah 1 and 15.
Yeah, that's right. Obadiah. Have you pastors ever opened up the book of Obadiah? I've never been to church and a pastor opened up the book of Obadiah. Never. In all my years. It's like they don't know the book of, maybe they ripped out the page for Obadiah.
Verse 15.
Yep.
The day of the Lord Yahweh is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done it, it should be done unto thee. Thy rewards shall return upon thy own head. Verse 16. For as you have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yeah.
That's that slavery. That's that slavery, man. That's that captivity. Right? Like when you go into, what is that, Psalm 73 or Psalm 78? Where it talks about them drinking out of that cup. That's talking about that cup of slavery, man. Right? That cup of trembling. Right? That's talking about a condition. That's the condition that we're in. We're in a low state. What's the low state? Being the tail and not being the head. Go ahead.
Yeah, they should drink.
What state are we in? We're in the state that when a man tells us to stay in our home, we have to stay in our home. That's the state that we're in. We're in a state that when a man tells us to put on a fucking mask, you better put on that fucking mask. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're Elder Tahar. If you go into Esau's store, you better put on that damn mask. I don't care who you are. When Esau says put that mask on, every single one of us got to put that damn mask on.
Yeah, they should drink. They should swallow down.
That's right.
They should be they have no being.
Yeah, they're gonna be like how we were in a low state. Right? You're gonna see this man who was just on top of the world. And you're gonna be like, what the fuck? You're gonna be so astonished, the brothers who are alive to see that, you're gonna be like, holy shit. That's why it says, this was he who made the earth to tremble.
Who was that guy? Was it Maroon 5 that made that song? He said, I sweep the streets to East Long.
You gotta ask Tamayam. Tamayam would know.
Right. Man's talking about, I used to sweep the streets to East Long. That was a big song when they came out. He said, I used to rule the world.
That was Coldplay. That was Coldplay.
He said, I used to rule the world.
I don't remember that.
And then he's like, I hear Jerusalem bells are ringing.
What?
Yeah. That was a big song still. That's when they say. I like that song. You like that? That's how I was talking about himself though. That's crazy.
Yeah, he's like, look at the fear of my enemy's eyes.
Wow.
He had a lot of lyrics.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big song still.
Talking about Obadiah 1 and 17, but upon the Mount Zion should be deliverance, and there should be holiness, and the house of Jacob should possess their possessions.
Hold on, just to make a point. I don't think that artist wrote that lyric. They have writers, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when Esau's pushing out his stuff, they have writers and shit like that, but they're in the know. So they're just pushing that vibration out, you know, into the world. Go ahead.
Verse 18, in the house of Jacob should be a fire, in the house of Joseph a flame, in the house of Esau for stumble, and they should be kindled in them, and devour them. There should not be any remaining of the house of Esau, but the Lord Yahweh has spoken.
Very tough to snuggle. No more Esau, no more coming back.
No, you already made the point.
Alright, that was script.
Bring it up. No, you.
Okay, yeah.
This is the book of Daniel chapter 5 verse 18.
Yeah.
It says, look here, I start from verse 17. Then Daniel answered and said before the king, let thy gifts be to thyself and give thy rewards to another, that I will read the writing unto the king and make known to him the interpretation. Verse 18. O thou king, the most high power gave Nebuchadnezzar thy father a kingdom, that the majesty and glory and honor, and for the majesty that he gave him all people and nations and languages trembled and feared before him.
Yeah, which goes into Romans, right? I'm talking when you go into what is that, Romans 14 or 13, when it's talking about the powers that be of the Most High. Go ahead.
Verse 20. But when his heart was lifted up and his mind hardened in pride, he was deposed from his kingdom.
he was deposed. Keep going.
And they took his glory from him.
Go ahead.
And
That's what the representation of Jacob holding the heel of Esau means, man. Deposing him. That's what Jacob is doing. We're going to depose you, Esau, because the two kings can't sit on the damn throne, man. And we're the rightful kings of the throne, man. not you. Go ahead.
Verse 21. And he was driven from the sons of men.
Yeah.
And his heart was made like a beast. And grass like an oxen, and his body was wet with the dew of heaven.
That's right. And if the Most High did this to this guy, what is he going to do to an Edomite? If this is the judgment of this Babylonian king, what's going to be the judgment of you Edomites? For the modern day Babylonians.
Till he knew that the Most High power ruleth in the kingdom of men, and that he appointed over it whomsoever he will. And though his son Belshazzar has not humbled thine heart, thou knowest all this.
Yes.
And has himself against the Lord have a special heart.
Yeah.
His house before thee, and they lords, thy wives, and thy concubines,
Exactly. And that's how you know everything repeats itself. Because when you go back to even Alexander, do you know Alexander the Great? I won't say respected Israel, but he revered our God because he understood. So he didn't even really fuck with us.
When he was shown a vision, he seen the
And
chariot over Jerusalem.
Salakia, yes he was. And even through what's his name? I think it was Seleucid. I think it was Seleucid, that general. That's where Epiphanes, Antiochus Epiphanes IV came out of Seleucid. And then when that demon came about, that's when the persecution began. We were fucked. A wicked root. That's right. Go ahead, brother.
And thou hast praised God for wood and stone, which see not, nor hear, nor know. See the Most High, in whose hands thy breath is, and whose are all thy ways, hast thou not glorified.
Exactly, just like these Edomites today, right? Read that part again about everything that they worship. They worship what?
And it says, and thou hast praised gods of silver.
Yeah, they just like today. So keep in mind, pretend like we're reading about the Edomites, even though this is not the Edomites. Go ahead. They praise gods of silver. Go ahead.
And gold.
And gold.
Of brass.
Iron. Wood and stone. That's the time that we're living in. So why would it be any different for you Caucasians than it would be for these devils? Go ahead.
Which see not.
Who's the Caucasians? Virgin daughter of Babylon. Same damn people. Not the same people nationality-wise, but if you understand what I'm saying. Go ahead.
Which see not, nor hear, nor know, on the Most High, in whose hands thy breath is, and whose are all thy ways, hast thou not glorified. Then was the
How have they glorified the Most High's ways when, first of all, forget about us as a people. We deserve our judgment. But if you're the people of the Most High, why are you vaccinating the people? Vaccination is against the Most High. The microchip is against the Most High. And you're supposed to be the people of God. You're in the land of God.
That's right.
And then you're doing all this wickedness. Go ahead.
It says, verse 24. Then was a part of the hand sent from him, and his writing was written. And this is the writing that was written. Mene, tekel, farsi.
That's right. Yeah.
This is the interpretation of the thing. Mene, Most High have numbered thy kingdom and finished it.
Simple. Read that louder, because we're giving that same judgment to this kingdom as well. Keep going.
Daniel chapter 26 says, this is the interpretation of the thing. Mene, the Most High hath numbered thy kingdom and finished it. Tekel, thou art weighed in the balances and art found wanting.
Just like it says in Job. Does it not say the same thing in Job? About his time is set, his bounds that he cannot pass? So it's the same thing. Go ahead. And in Job, we know it's talking about you damn Edomites. We know it's talking about you. Your time is set because you are who? You are the wicked. You are the wicked. T-H-E, wicked. The wicked. Yes, there's wicked men out of every nation, but you are the wicked people.
Right.
Go ahead, read it.
Verse 28. Paris, thy kingdom is divided and given.
Your kingdom is divided.
That's right.
Your kingdom is divided. And a kingdom cannot stand if it's divided. Go ahead. Yeah, and given to the Medes and the Persians. Well, your kingdom is going to be given to when you go to Revelation. Who's this kingdom going to be given to? Who's the kingdom going to be given to? No, his kingdom's going to be given to the birds, man. Oh, yeah, birds and doleful creatures. That's who his kingdom is going to be given to, man. His kingdom is going to be given to the creatures that can survive, desert creatures, man. Who the fuck wants this shit? Keep it. Ain't nobody want this garbage. Right. You've destroyed this kingdom. That's right. This kingdom is no longer viable. Fine. This is filthy, man. You can lay here. I don't want to lay here. All the witchcraft and everything that's happened here. Fuck this place, man. This kingdom belongs to the doleful creatures, man, like it says in Revelation. Go ahead.
Then they commanded Belshazzar, and they clothed Daniel with scarlet and put a chain of gold around his neck, and made a proclamation concerning him that he should be the third ruler in the kingdom. Verse 3. On that night was Belshazzar, the king of the Chaldeans, slain.
That's right.
And there is the Median took his kingdom, and began about his power.
And is that not history? That is actual history. The brother just read actual history that happened. Because for that kingdom to be taken down, was there a war? There was no war. There was no war. They just came in, took over, man. Just came in and took over, killed their damn king. Just like the Most High said. That's how powerful the Most High is. You think the Most High has to go to war with these Edomites? The Most High doesn't have to do nothing with these Edomites. The Most High could make